The NFL playoffs could not have started any better for New York Giants fans, with both the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles going out in convincing fashion in the wild card round of the 2024 NFL playoffs. Ed Valentine of Big Blue View here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us today to support our channel. Just a couple of quick thoughts on the Eagles and the Cowboys. As I said on a show earlier this week, try to keep my objectivity most of the time as much as possible, but I can't help but celebrate a little bit when things go sideways for the Cowboys and for the Eagles. Really enjoyable to watch those franchises kind of go up in flames in the playoffs. Neither of those two teams really competitive in their games. Cowboys losing by 16, giving up 48 points to the Green Bay Packers. Eagles on Monday night losing 32-9, barely being competitive against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of those franchises in flux now. Speculation about whether Jerry Jones in Dallas will fire Mike McCarthy and perhaps look to hire Bill Belichick. Don't know if that'll happen. We'll have to see, where that goes. But once again, the Dallas Cowboys have failed to meet expectations. And from a Giants perspective, no matter how things go for the Giants, it's always enjoyable to watch the Cowboys go up in flames and not do what their fan base believes is their birthright to do, which is to go win Super Bowls, something they haven't done since 1995. And something, incidentally, that we know that the New York Giants have done on a couple of occasions since then. So certainly enjoyable to watch the Cowboys go up in flames. Also enjoyable to see the Eagles season end up going up in flames, losing 5 of their last 6 regular season games, then losing again on Monday night, when sometimes it looked like they didn't even want to be there. Eagles basically refused to tackle for much of the night against the Buccaneers. So looked like they knew that their season was over before the game even started, playing without A.J. Brown, their star wide receiver. Couldn't stop the Buccaneers. And again, another enjoyable night for Giants fans to watch football. Enjoyable day for Giants fans to watch Eagle fans squirm. Don't think head coach Nick Sirianni is going to be fired in Philly, but certainly something is wrong over there with them having lost 6 of their last 7 games. And also a little crack in the foundation with word that future Hall of Fame center Jason Kelce is going to retire. We'll see what sort of impact that has on the tremendous Eagles offensive line. But kudos to Kelce for a fantastic Hall of Fame career. Wish him well in whatever he does in the future. All right, turning to a topic directly regarding your New York Giants. Dane Brugler of the Athletic released a mock draft on Tuesday, his second mock draft of the 2024 cycle. Mel Kiper of ESPN did a mini mock draft on the ESPN NFL YouTube channel on Monday evening. And it was interesting because both of these highly regarded analysts landed on the same player for the New York Giants. That's Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze with the 6th overall pick. A couple of interesting notes. Brugler's mock had the 3 quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, all off the board. In Brugler's mock, he passed on a quarterback for the Giants. He had Williams and May off the board, passed on Jaden Daniels at number 6. And one of the reasons he did that was that he pointed out that taking a quarterback in the top 10 is an ownership decision, and pointing out that John Mara has been an ardent supporter of Daniel Jones. Personally, I believe that if Jaden Daniels is there, or if somehow Drake May slides to the Giants at number 6, personally, I believe that's the right way to go. I have said before that I think it's time for the Giants to begin looking to a Daniel Jones, to a post-Daniel Jones era, simply because after 5 years, it just hasn't gone overall the way that we'd like it to go. Jones has an injury history now, didn't play well in 2023. You can point to a lot of reasons for that, but given the opportunity to draft a potential quarterback of the future, for me, I think the Giants should do that. But Brugler raises a really interesting point. In Kiper's mock, all 3 of the quarterbacks, Daniels, May, and Williams, are off the board. Kiper chooses, with Malik Neighbors of LSU off the board, he chooses O'Duns instead of one of the 2 offensive tackles, Oli Fashanu of Penn State and Joe Alt of Notre Dame. And I find that interesting for the simple reason that yes, the Giants need that number 1 receiver, but you can also argue for the tackles. I think it's interesting, though, for the simple reason that when you look at the Buffalo Bills, where Joe Schoen came from, their offensive line is made up of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round draft picks. It's not made up of 1st round picks. Carmen Brasillo, the offensive line coach the Giants just hired from the Raiders, is a guy who's known for getting the most out of nondescript offensive lines. The only 1st round pick on that Raiders offensive line the last 2 years is left tackle Colton Miller. Yet both of those seasons have seen the Raiders offensive line ranked number 10 overall by Pro Football Focus. All right, one more quick note for you guys. Giants coaching search continues, and something that we've seen over the last few days is that Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka has now gotten 2 head coaching interviews, one with the Tennessee Titans and one that just surfaced on Tuesday with the Seattle Seahawks. So the Giants have already fired special teams coordinator Thomas McGahee. They've parted ways, not exactly amicably, with Wink Martindale. And should Mike Kafka get a head coaching job, then the Giants will have to replace all 3 coordinators. Probably not a circumstance that's ideal heading into year 3 with Joe Schoen as GM and Brian Daboll as head coach. Some explosive reporting over the last couple days from Pat Leonard of the Daily News about friction in the relationship between Daboll and Kafka, which, to be honest, is not terribly surprising. I have always thought that it's difficult for Brian Daboll, who's always been an offensive coordinator, difficult for him not to call plays, difficult for him to separate himself from the offense. And so I've always thought that there's some that there would be a possibility for some issues there. And I've always thought that it's possible that Daboll will take control of the offense himself in 2024. We'll see how that goes. And if Kafka happens to leave, then I think Daboll would definitely do that. But just something to keep an eye on as the Giants look for coaches to replace Martindale, to replace Thomas McGahee on special teams, that they may also end up having to replace Mike Kafka as well. All right, Giants fans, that's it for today. Thank you, as always, for listening. Please stay safe out there, take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.